day, friends. I hope you're doing well. It's Frankie Rose. Well, I think today we should probably take another look at Payton Gendron. He's the 18-year-old that chose to drive a couple hours into Buffalo to go to a supermarket and to start to unload his rifle. 10 people were shot dead and 3 others were wounded. And they're saying racially motivated mass shooting. And this was just this past Saturday on May 14th. Law enforcement identified the shooter as Payton Gendron, 18, who drove from Conklin, New York, to the Tops Market on Jefferson Avenue. The shooting took place in basically a predominantly black neighborhood. 11 of the victims were black and 2 of them were white. They are investigating this incident still as both a hate crime and a case of racially motivated violent extremism. The special agent in charge of FBI's Buffalo field office said during a press conference that this was pure evil and it was a straight up racially motivated hate crime. Gendron arrived at the market at around 2:30 p.m. He was very heavily armed and he had on tactical gear. He had a tactical helmet on, and it was confirmed that he did have a camera that was live streaming the shooting. He first opened fire in the parking lot and killed 3 people and injured 1. He then entered the store where a longtime security guard and a former Buffalo cop tried to stop him. However, the guard's bullet could not get through the attacker's armor. And sadly, he shot the security guard dead. After working his way through the rest of the store, he was confronted by Buffalo cops who talked him into surrendering, and at one point, he had reportedly put his gun to his own neck. Erie County District Attorney John Flynn vowed to arraign the attacker on these charges of first-degree murder within the first hour. He didn't want to give him any celebrityism and wants to do anything he can to put him away. In a statement on Twitter, Governor Kathy Hochul said, "I am closely monitoring the shooting at the grocery store in Buffalo. We have offered assistance to the local officials. And if you are in the Buffalo area, basically to stay away from there, that area in general." So that was what was happening at the time. So Payton Gendron is the oldest of 4 children to Paul and Pamela Gendron, both who were civil engineers and both worked for the New York State Department of Transportation. According to the neighbors, the family is upper middle class and was said to have a very nice family. They just seemed like regular people. In a million years, they could never have guessed that anybody from that neighborhood would drive to Buffalo to carry out this kind of racially motivated shooting. It was also said that when he graduated from Susquehanna High School, Valley High School, actually, last year, he recalled how there was a huge party on the family home's lawn, decorated with balloons. And I guess he brought home from school a human-sized brontosaurus. Okay, so he did plead not guilty. Not sure how that works. Sorry, this is jerking around on me a little bit. The shooter traveled hours to get to where he wanted to be in Buffalo. The attack took place at one of the busiest times for shoppers, And the store's manager reportedly said that she thought she heard about 70 shots and that he looked like he was in the army. He was wearing that military gear, I guess. Two people who saw Gendron said he was wearing camouflage and that his helmet was completely black. And when they seen him, he was standing there with a gun to his chin. We were like, what the heck is going on? Why does this kid have a gun to his face? He described how the gunman dropped to his knees at that point, ripped off his helmet, and let go of the gun. And then he was tackled by the police. A regular shopper at the grocery store told a local television station that he knew many of the people who were killed and that he had lost 3 people, and that I know and talk to 5 or 6 times a week. One friend he had had for over 30 years and one for over 20 years. Wow, absolute destruction. It's going to be interesting to see as time goes what the parents have to say and if there is going to be more information come out about him. I'm thinking there has to be some kind of signs, but not sure. So, avowed white supremacist is what he's being called. Appeared in court today. This is Thursday, May 19th, and he faced some of the relatives of the 10 he is charged with murdering at the grocery store. And he was getting heckled, coward, as he was let out in shackles. The 18-year-old kept his eyes trained to the floor and was surrounded by a mass of deputies as he was brought into the Buffalo City Court in an orange jumpsuit and chains around his hands and feet. "Payton, you're a coward," a woman shouted from the gallery, where many loved ones and some of the 10 killed in Saturday's shooting got to see him for the first time in person. He wore a white cloth face mask and did not react and remained silent throughout the entire hearing, which only lasted a couple of minutes. Judge Craig Hanna remanded him into custody and adjourned the hearing after a grand jury indicted him on a first-degree murder charge. The Erie County District Attorney's Office declined commenting pending further actions from the grand jury, which could come in the form of upgraded charges, domestic extremist and hate crime charges. The justice set the next hearing date for June 9th, and prior to the hearing, a court officer confirmed that security has a mass of press. Let's see here. Oh, that they have actually beefed up the security because a mass of press from local and international media was surrounding the courthouse. Following an initial screening, reporters were wanded by court officers and their belongings were taken into a separate room and sniffed by canines before being permitted to enter the basement courtroom where he was being held. The suspect busted Saturday in camouflage and body armor at the scene of the slaughter, which is 200 miles from Conklin. Oh my God, unreal. He live streamed the hate-fueled massacre using a camera, as we know, that was attached to his helmet. And it sounds like he had spent months procuring and perfecting everything he thought he needed to before the attack. The AR-15 style weapon used in the attack was covered in deranged racial scrawlings, including the N-word on the scope. All but 2 of the 13 people that were shot were black. and the footage showed the gunman apologizing to one of the white people who came into his view. It later emerged that he had meticulously detailed his twisted race hate views in a diary, which showed he was radicalized during the early days of COVID and planned the attacks for months beforehand. Thank God these people journal. Within thousands of daily diary entries posted to a Discord server, which was taken down after the attack. He allegedly detailed plans to hit the Tops Friendly Market and kill as many Black people as possible to save the white race. He made the writings and his live stream public about half hour before the massacre, but it is unclear how many had accessed the material or if anyone tried to alert law enforcement. In a 180-page manifesto detailing the plan, Gendron sought to continue the slaughter after Tops, but thank God law enforcement was able to put a stop to this. So that's where we are, literally up until today. I am going to try and keep my eyes open and see if I can find anything else tonight. This is an extremely disturbing case, and yeah, I'd like to keep an eye on it and see if he is charged with the racially motivated crimes, as he should be. Well, friends, I think for now that's where we're at. So I'm going to say thank you for being here with me. I appreciate you. And I will see you in the next one. Cheers, friends. Bye.